10-6 Browns, and they have a 4th and goal at the 2-yard line, trying to really open up their lead here. So the Browns, I apologize with the lack of visibility. My ability to identify players will go down quite a bit, so I'm going to apologize in advance. But the Browns look to be in 11 personnel with 1 running back and 1 tight end. And they end up at the goal line kind of running. From this bunch, they have double slants. These guys both run slants. They get a drag underneath across by Njoku, and then this guy runs a slant too. And Nick Chubb ends up coming out into the flat. How the Steelers play this, they have Joey Porter and Dante Jackson man up, and then everybody else kind of sits back, and they do a good job of just passing off receivers into their respective zones. So you can see... You see Porter running with his guy, Jackson with his guy, and everybody else is kind of sitting and just passing receivers off. And they do a good job. Nobody really comes open here. They kind of have everything covered throughout. And so Winston, as he drops back, he hits the back of his drop. He's got nobody. Can't find anyone. And then the Browns do a good job. The tackle is on TJ Watt, and the guard comes to help him out and ends up knocking him down. So that creates even more of a void for Winston. And then Herbig starts to press. He had initially been kind of sitting out in more of a contain, maybe even thinking about helping to the flat. But when the flat guy got really wide, he came in. And so then Herbig ends up pressuring Winston, and the tackle just gets enough of Herbig to get him to stumble. If he doesn't stumble, he's certainly going to tackle Winston before he gets to the goal line, and this would be a turnover on downs. But this little shove did enough that Herbig lost his balance, and Winston was able to get by, and with great effort jumps over and gets into the end zone. Just a spectacular run. But it was amazing. It was crazy to me in real time watching this. I thought for sure Herbig was going to get to him. But now on the rewatch, you can see him lose his balance and stumble right there. Great job by Winston getting into the end zone. And a huge touchdown for the Browns. You can see it here from the end zone view. Winston drops back. He's got nothing. He waits, got nothing. And then he feels the pressure from Herbig. You see Watt down on the ground as the guard has come over. Here you can see Watt. The guard comes over and just pops him. So he's down. And then over here, Winston sees the pressure from Herbig. Herbig just gets that little shove right there, and you see him losing his balance. And Winston does a great job just getting up and over and getting into the end zone for the touchdown. The Browns would actually get a 2-point conversion here too, so they ended up going up 18-6. We said, when Myles Garrett had that strip sack of Russell Wilson, we realized that, okay, this is going to be a game. I think this was the play when it was the Steelers might lose this game. It went from this is going to be a tough fight, but I still felt pretty confident that the Steelers would figure it out and end up winning this game. When they went down 18-6 early in the fourth quarter, it was suddenly oh, they might lose this game. To this point, the Steelers had only managed 6 points and had 2 failures on downs, giving the ball back, 1 fumble lost, and they had a missed field goal. So it just wasn't their night to that point, and it looked like maybe it wasn't going to be their night.